Yo, so I'm about to teach everyone how to do the clothing tool, how to use shit like that. One thing I want to make known first though is because you remember how helmets were broke. So there's limits in this game, um, and it's different for everything. But I know that the helmet limit we already hit before, and that's 255. So I think we have. Let me check. One or two more slots for helmets open, helmets and hats. So I just want to make that known. If people need a hat or a helmet, and we're gonna have to figure out a different way to do that. But I'm gonna go through how everything is streamed to FiveM right now. After I see how many slots we have left in here. All right, so yeah, we have. So it can go to 255. So we have two more slots that we can put in this. So yeah. So I'm gonna get Dwight this program so he doesn't have to have the box. But so Dwight, what you'll have to do is take the clothing pack that you're gonna edit from FTP onto your computer, and then you're gonna open the clothing tool. And the clothing tool or the clothing pack's gonna come with a file. I'll show you in a second. Where's this clothing tool? Clothing to add. So we're gonna fix edits. Was it head rag and pants that aren't in apparently? So let's find this. I'm gonna put this over here. I'll show you guys the clothing pack real quick. The one that we're gonna edit is SLRP LSPD because that's at the very end of our pack. So the way that the FiveM is streaming it starts with SLRP replacement, which Dwight, I'm gonna have to add access for you since it's not in that folder. Actually, this might just work. I just have to make sure that starts first real quick. All right, so SLRP replacement. This is our OG clothing pack. It's optimized. That's why we have a backup folder and a stream. When you download it, you only need the stream. But our OG clothing pack, you Dwight already know how it works, right? You have all this shit, right? And you have the DLC names, and this replaces every this replaces default GTA clothing, and we can replace all of the default GTA clothing by putting it in this pack and naming it right. But that's the hard thing to do. So that's why we have this clothing tool now. So after the OG pack, we have Godzilla, and it looks like this, right? You know how Godzilla looks after the clothing tool. This is how it organizes it. Same with LSPD. I have a extra file in here just to open it, but I'm gonna show you, for example, how to open Godzilla, right? If it doesn't have that file, which I'm probably gonna just make that file for you now. So when you open the clothing tool, it's gonna look like this after you have it licensed. Once you buy it, it'll show you how to license it and everything. You don't want to change any of the options or anything. All you do is we're gonna do add from folder, and this is where it gets a little bit messy because you have to make sure you can't just press this. You can't select stream because this will add nothing. You have to press on the folder. It doesn't open extra folders is what I'm trying to say. So we're gonna have to go one at a time. The top folder is gonna add all that. And by the way, per pack, you can only have 127 of each type of clothing. So you'll see in a second. Clothing tool is just importing all of that I just did. So it froze up for a second, but that's just normal. we'll check back in 1 second. Okay, so added one of the folders, which was the female. Now we're going to do the female props. Take a second. A little bit of patience the first time that you open this, just because it's going to load all the files into the tool. Okay, that was done. This one's going to take the longest. All the male clothing. Give it a second. Who did I just unjail? Oh, I'm not a cop anymore. Still adding the male clothing. Give it a second. Still frozen.
Yeah, go check this out. Have you seen this yet?
Have I seen what?
The church.
Where is it?
It's
Right
up here.
here?
Up here. Right here. Past it. It's weird, bro. It's like a $5. It's a whole ass church up in here. Crip
Alright,
walking
then we're
on Jesus,
gonna
bro.
do the props for the male.
Pretty sure
I'm
I can't
making
say
a
that in
video
here.
on how to do the clothing tool right now for people, but it's taking a minute.
Yeah, Creep was asking about the staff hoodie and the vest or whatever.
Alright,
I
so
was like, I don't.
that
I'll check and
finished.
see if it's in yet.
So looks like we have a couple slots here. Like this goes to 117. You just can't go over 127. But what I wanted to show in this was that I'm not sure how we're gonna eventually find out where these are in game, because like this position's messed up because SLRP replacement comes first. But if we have to add like a different head rag, right, for like edits for example, and we're over the limit, we're gonna eventually have to figure out how to find which is what in here, which will be easier if you have OpenIV on your computer. I can't get OpenIV on this to work because I have to download GTA 5. So I don't have OpenIV, but you'll be able to open these files and see what they are, right? So it's gonna be head, right? What's it called? Maybe it's accessories, maybe it's hair. I don't know what helmet is. It doesn't matter, but I would say let's just pretend it's mask. Let's say this is the head rag, right? All you would do is you'd add a new texture just like this, and it just adds a new slot. So instead of having texture 2 being 0, 1, and 2, it'll be 0, 1, 2, and 3, whatever you add. Once you're done, build project, right? Normally it doesn't do that. It's probably loading. Awesome. Me, you're flying through the map. You're in front of me. Oh, we just rezzing now? Whatever. Anyway, this will work. Just trust me on that working. I'm tired of fucking waiting for this. I'm gonna show you how to actually add some shit now. So let me make note, 11 minutes and 30 seconds. I'll put that in admin chat. All right. So here we go. Clothing tool. You're gonna take Dwight, for example. You're gonna download SLRP LSPD. You're gonna download that to your computer. You're going to open the clothing tool, which maybe that's why it was frozen. I have a billion of them open. And since that one comes with a file, you can just open that and boom, everything's there. So this is the LSPD pack. We have lots of room to keep adding in here until we hit a limit. For example, helmets. So yeah. Edit said that the mask is in, but the head rag isn't. And his pants are not in. So, as you can see, I'm just gonna go look. This is his head rag. But I don't even see any pants, but legs. Okay. And he's definitely right. This is not his pants. So, what we do, add from folder. We'll go find edit stuff. And this is a lot easier when you have OpenIV because you can look at what all this stuff is and you can add textures if it works like that. You know what I'm talking about? Like same with Godzilla. You open Godzilla and if you have something that's just a texture, doesn't need its own model, you can add that in and that helps with not reaching the limit. So we're looking for shorts. This is probably all Dwight's fault. Why is there so many folders and why is it NBA shorts? I'm assuming these are the shorts that are edits. Yeah, I don't know why you have all this in here. Why it has A, B, C, D, and E. And what is this? A? Well, now we're gonna have a bunch of shorts in for this thing because Dwight does not know anything about organizing these files yet. So anyway, we're gonna go add from folder. Clothing to add, shorts. NBA shorts. And it's right here. So that just added this with all these textures. You see how easy that was? And there's things that we can do like fix like for helmets. I'll show you. Prop head, that's probably a helmet. Show hair, cut hair, remove hair. So we can change all that, what the helmet does with the hair. And also something with like shoes. There's something with the skin tone data that we can do also. But either way, I just added edits pants, and then I'm gonna show you how to add. What else did he say he's missing? A hit squad missing a head rag. It was head rag. Take a look at that. This is a teeth. And well, this is why his head rag didn't work, but why do we have a hand diff and a teeth? All right. So after we added those pants for edits, and we came through the head rag now, we're gonna build this project, and this is where it's a little bit important to pay attention, right? Keep this the same, okay? You're gonna want to make a new folder on your computer, name it whatever. You gotta name it something else, right? Because we're gonna do a little stuff. 5M resource, like that. Do an output. Build. All right, open output folder. Now what we want to do, this fx manifest file, delete the fuck out of it. Once you do that, all of this can be copied, pasted, and replaced in here. Replace. And what that does is we're leaving this file and this file. The only thing in this file is it tells us the order. It's gonna make sure that Godzilla comes before this one, right? So never replace this file. This file just makes opening shit easier. And then there, his shorts are now in on next restart. So that's simple enough. There's a
nigga.
bunch more stuff with this
The
clothing tool.
Rock. Nigga.
And there's more stuff we're gonna have to learn when it comes to limits and stuff like that. This clothing tool has that help stuff, you know, that really will tell you about limits and stuff if we ever hit them. And we have to make sure that in order for this clothing tool to take the file, the last thing I'm going to say, we have to make sure that it's like this. You put something in front of it with an uptick. If the file is like this, the tool won't recognize it. So just put a DLC name in front of it. It doesn't have to be the right DLC name, but just put something in front of it like that with an uptick, and that means that the clothing tool will work with add. So there's also something, see this one, we have a tattoo. We can add tattoos. I just can't figure out how to get this in the tattoo shop yet, but yeah. So that's how you add new clothing, simple enough.